So, hey guys, my name is Mason Diaz, and I am a video producer, and I work here in Houston with a company called Purpose Driven Films. And this past year, I had a chance to work with Mike at the 2017 planning workshop.
Seriously, what made you decide? Well, why did you want to attend the strategic planning workshop last year?
Yeah, well, it's definitely been an interesting time of owning my own business and trying to figure out where I wanted to put my priorities and having a lot of like just conflicting thoughts and goals of like where I wanted to spend my time. Even at that point, I was really thinking about like what city I wanted to be in. I was living in Houston, but I was heavily considering moving out to California. And so when I was going into it, I definitely wanted to have a way to connect some people, bounce some ideas around, and really set aside some time to intentionally put this stuff in order a little bit in my mind and get some guidance on how to like better approach this and how to better like approach meeting my goals and starting to move forward and progress in my career. So it was the beginning of the year. It was something to for myself that I was like, yes, this is something that I've been wanting to do. It's a lot of times when you're doing it yourself and you're just self-employed, you're just kind of doing everything on your own and you're kind of like in your own little space. So it's nice to just get out and be with other like-minded people who are wanting to progress and grow.
Yeah. So, was there anything that you experienced that surprised you?
I was honestly really surprised by the approach because coming in there wanting it to be about productivity and like meeting the goals, the amount of emphasis that you placed on your personal life and being able to put these things in that are just daily tasks that aren't related to your business, like prioritizing those things. Because before, like I was very much when I was thinking productivity, I was always trying to like push down those things that weren't related to the business because that was the way to get, that was how I was going to get things done. And so when you started putting emphasis on those kind of things, it definitely made me reevaluate how I was planning my days and just how I was like prioritizing. So that was definitely one of the top shocks. And yeah, and just the people that I was meeting, just like how helpful it was to just be in a room of strangers and just be able to see their struggles that like you kind of when you're in your own world you don't realize how much you get out of suddenly having someone sitting next to you and be like, oh yeah, like I'm experiencing that too, and just being able to bounce ideas off of each other was a really cool thing to me.
So what did you accomplish this year because of the fact you attended the workshop?
One of the main things that it was a big pivoting point for me was it made me decide that when I mapped out what I actually wanted and the goals that I had, I was able to like pretty much within that week realize that the idea of moving to California like wasn't in no way mapped on to like my actual goals. And so once I actually mapped that out, that pivoted that and it allowed me to start to take more direct action towards really trying to build myself up and like the things that were actually important to me in my business. And I would say one of the chief things, I mean, I would say like one of the biggest changes now is that I was really just unhappy with being in Houston. More so than anything, that was I was trying to justify it, but I wanted to be in a different city. I was looking for a more fulfilling social life. And so by actually making that an intention, like over the course of the next couple of months, like my decision to stay in Houston was dramatically affected by just having that shift in mindset. And like since then, by making that a priority as well as just growing my business, but also growing a fulfilling relationships and social life. I mean, since then I'm in a relationship now, and I wasn't when I was there, and so that's a huge accomplishment. That I would say the tools that impacted me the most would be learning how to do the mind map, which is essentially just a more organized way of brainstorming. By being able to brainstorm my ideas with the central big idea and then work out from there, it really was in line with kind of the way that my brain just naturally works, and to work in such a way that kind of flowed like that has just seeing that that's what other business people are doing, and to have other people around me encouraging that, saying, yes, that's a good idea. It just kind of gave me that extra affirmation that I needed to like do that on a more regular basis. And so it's just a way that I've been able to approach problem solving. And then the other one, the productivity planner, of going and prioritizing and breaking up my day into things like outreach and working on like business systems and actually working on delivering things to clients, and also personal like lifestyle, like personal issues. Being able to have those compartmentalized allowed me to be able to just like more effectively tackle my day, so that I'm not letting anything fall to the wayside. I'm keeping my finger on the pulse of all of the important parts of running a business and having like an effective life that's fulfilling. So those things have been massive in my day to day. And like as it's just played out over the year, I've definitely felt myself become like a more healthy business owner. So